Man.
And I'm already about to be a glass deep.
Yeah. Justin can't even hear us.
Justin, what can you do?
Justin Bush.
Is your last name spelled Bush like Bush Light?
Some music playing in our ears.
I know, dude. You got to get some gangster going on. I'm
Some
over here
music.
getting fucking fired up, and here you are.
We had no
thumbs
music all
down
day
in my
today. I just
shit.
realized that.
It's like a fucking YouTube, dude.
The 7th of July, baby. July. You know?
For sure.
Sponsored today's video is Austin goddamn Lewis.
Yeah, sponsors the video. Fuck yeah. Slid that fucking debit card. You know what I mean? It's good energy. It's good vibes. It changed up the entire thing. Satan was in the room. He'd leave.
What's poppin'?
See, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's it right there, baby.
I can pass that bitch like
What's
Stockton.
poppin'? What's poppin'?
Yeah, I impressed myself, to be honest with you. You know what I mean?
We'll have to replay that. That was good. Oh, that's good. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Austin Lewis here, coming to you guys with the man, the myth, the legend, my partner in crime, Mr. Austin Zaback here. Maybe you guys get a little bit of chance to hear this cat beatbox, because holy cow, you know, I ain't nothing but a G-rap rapper, but I am a rapper.
A G-rap rapper.
G-rap rapper, okay?
Yeah.
This could be a good show today, man. I'm fired up.
Yep.
It is just me and Zaback here, so you're going to have to definitely stay tuned for the full episode.
Yep.
I'm already a glass of Scotch deep, so I apologize about...
We had a glass of Scotch before the show. We were beatboxing.
Beatboxing.
The whole night, really.
Whole night.
You know, and I'm in the hot seat today.
He is in the hot seat.
So, you know...
Drilling him.
Yeah, exactly. We figure we change it up a little bit. We come on here, drop a bunch of value, talk about a bunch of stuff, man. So if you haven't already, go ahead and just smash that like button, okay? If you're on YouTube, smash the like button. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Whatever you got to do, you just got to get... I heard Graham Stephan the other day. He said, look, you just have to click the like button an odd number of times, because if you keep clicking it, it'll keep changing.
Yeah.
But he's like, as long as it's an odd number of times, then it ends up staying blue.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just have to smash the like button.
Yep,
and if you haven't already, if you're on Podcast, iTunes, Stitcher...
But you guys are killing it, by the way.
What else are we on? Podcast, iTunes, Stitcher. There's a couple other ones. Spotify.
$250 million
No,
deal.
there's iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio.
Okay. Anyways, if you can leave a review, leave a review. If you can stay to the end of the video, stay to the end of the video, you know. And we're going to dive into it. You know, we're going to talk about what's going on in the world. We're going to talk about entrepreneurship. We're going to talk about, you know, paying your taxes. We're going to talk about what else we're going to talk about today. We're going to really
talk
dive
about
into
opinions.
Opinions.
You know?
We're going to talk a little bit about YouTube. We're going to talk a little bit about a couple different things. So,
everything.
You know, it pretty much...
Happiness. I think that's a good one.
Happiness.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll start off with just talking a little bit about the world right now, right? Because everybody's curious. Everybody wants to know what's going on. What do we think, right? What do I think? You know, opinions are just like farts. Everybody's got them and they all stink.
Yeah.
Right? But I think our opinions...
I like that.
I think our opinions on this show is going to be fire, so you guys definitely got to stay tuned.
It'll be interesting at the very least,
For sure.
right? It won't matter at the end of the day.
Exactly. And like you said last night.
Yeah.
Take what you like a buffet table. Take what you like and leave
what you don't like, man. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people out there forget that. You know, they're going out, man, and they're doing their thing, you know, and every time somebody's got an opinion, they care way too much about that opinion, right? And you got to be really careful, you know, especially if you're trying to achieve anything in life. You know, everybody's going to have an opinion from now to the day you die. And some people's opinions are going to matter, and others ain't going to matter.
Exactly.
And a lot of them ain't going to matter.
Exactly.
So,
and speaking of that, Justin's behind the camera right now, guys. We have if you're on iTunes or Spotify or anything like that, maybe we can plug Max Tuning's video.
That'd be cool.
Like a little 30-second clip of what he's talking about how everybody's got an opinion. He did like an impersonation.
It was like a skit. Yeah.
It
was his video. He was like renovating his house. For like $150,000. $150,000 renovation. Go check it out. Max Tuning, you know, he's friends with like Christian Guzman, right? And that was a funny skit.
Oh, dude,
he's like making fun of haters, making fun of YouTube commenters. You know what I mean? But it's so true, right?
Oh, 100%.
I mean, everybody has an opinion, and it's like you get to a point where it's like, what's that even worth? Like,
what's it worth?
Why are you? There's some people out there. I'm just like, what? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? It's like, like, who are you? What? Yeah. What does your opinion have to do with anything?
What do you think your opinion's worth?
It's not worth anything. My opinion's not worth anything.
For sure.
Right? So I sure as heck know that a lot of other people's opinions aren't worth nothing. And anyways, I just think you got to be careful, you know, because we've been through a couple things. I mean, we're 25.
Yeah.
We've been through some stuff. We've started some companies. We've hired some people. We've fired some people. You know, and we've had a lot of naysayers. We had a lot of people tell us we can't do it. We can't do this. We can't do that. We shouldn't do this. We shouldn't do that. You know, and man, I'll tell you what, if every single time you let that affect you, you're all been out of shape. We were talking about it yesterday when we were driving. I'm like, look, it's an energy thing.
100%.
Because like, you'll walk into the office, you'll be fired up for life. You'll be high energy, high vibrations, high everything, right?
Yeah. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen.
And somebody will just freaking shit on your parade in a nutshell.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it's like, if you let every single person, then all of a sudden you go from high energy to low energy because of somebody else's energy and opinion.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I think you just got to, look at Mark Manson, right? Hey, if you guys haven't read the book, okay?
Yeah.
The Subtle Art, I'm just going to say it, right? The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
For sure.
By Mark Manson. He's got another book too. What is that? You know what his other book's called?
God, it's very similar.
It's like a blue. It's blue.
Yeah,
the Subtle Art's like red. Yeah, look it up while I'm talking, okay? Yeah. And so the Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And the entire concept of the book is essentially just to give less fucks overall, right? And I saw another guy talk about it. I apologize, by the way. Excuse my French, okay? For those of you guys that are just tuning in here.
Everything is fucked.
Everything is fucked, okay?
Yes.
So excuse our French. It just so happens, a lot of our episodes are kid friendly, okay? So don't unsubscribe, okay?
Don't unsubscribe.
We're good. We're cool. This just happens to be one of those episodes.
Exactly.
But I saw another guy, he's talking about like equal fuck distribution. He's like, look, in life you got to have like equal fuck distribution. You got to know how to distribute your fucks, across every area of your life. And if you give too many fucks in this area of your life and not as many in that area of your life,
for sure.
All of a sudden you're living an unbalanced life. And you got to be really careful.
Yeah.
So if you're giving like let's just say you got a bunch of haters that they're not paying your bills. So when's the last time a hater paid your bill? Out of curiosity, you ever had a hater pay one of your bills?
Not once.
Okay,
bro.
so
I'd like them to.
I would love it. Right? Oh my god, it'd be unbelievable, right?
Sheesh.
So
they probably can't afford it. Though.
Yeah. If you're giving them all of your fucks, and then let's just say maybe your family, your close friends, you're not giving any of your fucks. Well, your fuck distribution's all jacked up.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And you got to be careful about where you spend that energy.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, Zaback's throwing around this fuck like it's just a fuck.
I feel like
and it's not. It results in your energy and where you spend your energy, and most people don't even realize it, right? Like we've talked about guys that pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for individuals to come into people's houses. And literally say, hey, what gives me energy and what doesn't give me energy? What takes away from what it is that I do every single day? And I just don't think people understand how truly important that really is. Energy, man.
Yeah.
It's everything.
For sure.
People have asked Austin and I all the time, dude, why do you guys spend, like, somebody, of course, everybody has an opinion on everything, but they'll be like, dude, why did you guys spend the amount of money you guys did to have that?
Yep. Because they can't wrap their brain around it.
They can't.
Right?
I'm like, dude, what we get from this, dude, we know, and the only two people that, of course, haters and everybody else, right, that you guys are going to listen to, right? Your mom's going to tell you not to get that office space because you're only going to use half of it. Your mom's going to tell you not to drive that car because you're not going to, why have an extra $200, $300, $400, $700 a month car payment? But they don't really, and the only person that does, or the only people that do, are you and I.
For sure. And that applies to anybody watching or listening, right?
Anybody,
it's like, look,
anybody.
Because
drive that fucking Audi, dude.
For sure. Because here's the problem. You've never had a hater doing better than you.
100%.
You never have them, right? The only time you have a hater, a naysayer, somebody that tells you can't do something, you're an idiot, you're this, you're that, you're the other thing, they're doing a tenth, or they're doing a fraction of what you're doing in your life and what you're accomplishing, what your goals and your dreams are, right?
For sure.
So that's just why you got to be careful, right? You got to be really careful who you listen to. And ultimately, it's detrimental to success in general, right?
It is.
Completely detrimental.
100%.
Had we listened to half the people that have told us that we couldn't do what we've done, we would not be where we're at. And the reality of it is we have made a lot of mistakes, right? We've made a ton of mistakes, but those mistakes have shaped and formed who we are as business people, as just people in general, right? Entrepreneurs, leaders, team players, the whole nine, right?
Yeah.
Contributors of society.
Hands down.
Actually giving back to society. I mean, in multiple different ways.
Hands down.
Right? I was doing a podcast earlier with a guy, and he asked me a question. I can't remember what the heck he asked me, but he's like, we were just talking, we were chopping it up, and he's like, I was like, he's like, what was your why initially? And my answer to that kind of has evolved over time.
100%.
There was a point in time where I think I thought that I needed a why.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of like what everybody had.
100%.
And so I kind of like made one up, right? I'm like, oh, well, my why.
Sure.
Which is great, right? But the more that I got real and authentic with myself, I'm like, in the beginning, I just wanted to be rich.
Yeah.
Right? I wanted to be wealthy.
Sure.
And I don't think enough people are talking about this. I think a lot of people are like, oh, no, I want to retire my parents and do this, and this.
Yeah.
And that's great. And I do too.
Yeah.
And I have, and I will, and all of that, right? But You can't do any of that if you're not wealthy. You can't do any of that if you're not rich, right? If you didn't have some sort of, money really is kind of just a problem solver. I mean, you get to do things when you have money, right? So moral of the story is, he's like, what was your why? I tell him that, right? And then, God, where the heck was I even going? It's what happens when you drink a glass of scotch. You almost need another glass of scotch to remember where you're going. Well, why was I saying that just now?
You didn't know your why.
Yeah.
Or you just came up with the why.
I came up with my why. Moral of the story is like, me, like a lot of people would judge you for that, right?
For sure.
A lot of people would say, hey, you need a why, you need this, you need that, you need the other thing.
For sure.
And I didn't have any of that, man.
Yeah.
Looking back at it, right? When I'm really real and authentic and I don't give a crap about other people's opinion, right? Then I'm able to be authentic and transparent.
Yeah.
And I remember what I was saying. And I said, the reality of it is, this. I said, a lot of people are like, oh, you need to be giving back to a charity or doing this or doing that. And that's great. And we do that, right?
Yeah.
We don't talk about it, but we do.
Yeah.
But I said, hey, look, what happens when you get rich?
Yeah.
I said, how can a person get rich? And he's like, well, I don't know. I'm like, well, you got to build a company.
Yeah.
I said, how do you build a company?
Yeah.
With a team.
Yeah.
I said, now when you have a team, do you pay them?
Yeah.
Okay. So now you're paying a team, you're feeding their family, their parents, their kids, their people, right? I said, that's how you get rich.
Yeah.
So you're already contributing. I said, how do you buy a Lamborghini?
Yeah.
So, look, at the end of the day,
100%.
Somebody's got to assemble the Lamborghini.
For sure.
Somebody's got to manufacture it.
For sure.
Somebody's got to screw in the bolts. Somebody's got to put the exhaust on there. What you're feeding all their families.
Yep.
So just being wealthy in itself,
Yep.
you actually contribute a decent amount to society. 100%. I don't know how I got in this tangent.
I like that.
But I'm just saying,
No, I
right?
like that. And I'll even dive in deeper on that. Now, if you guys are watching, you guys are 21 and over, I highly suggest you guys grab a glass of scotch with us because this will hit different, okay? If you're under the age of 21, you're 13, 12, 11, we love you. You probably came from TikTok, and that's great, okay, too. Just definitely do not get into mom's pantry. But
don't do it.
Austin, we were talking last night, actually, and it wasn't on one glass of scotch, but it was on 4 or 5. And I'll be honest when I say that. I was talking about a certain individual. I won't name drop here, but a very successful individual, and this individual will happen to be on another podcast, the Ed Milet Show. Okay, stud, right? Ed Milet's a stud. He'll come on to the A&A Show here shortly.
True gangster.
And he was talking, and he was like, "Man, I don't got a why." And this individual just literally didn't think that he had a why, right? And I was just like, you and I were talking last night, and I fell asleep just thinking to myself, like, man, our why, right? I know your why, my why. Of course, like we want to retire parents, and you guys might want to, go out there and drive the Lambo or whatever it was. Like the initial why was just to make money.
Yeah.
Right. It was to make money because. And here's what our why truly is. And maybe you guys are struggling with your why right now listening to this. Maybe you're struggling with your why and you don't know what your why is because money doesn't really, whether you got $100,000 in your bank or $300,000 or $400,000 or $500,000 or $1 million bucks or $5 million bucks. We were just talking about it last night. The difference between 1 million and 5 million is not a whole lot different. From 5 to 15, 15 hits a little bit differently than 5 does, right? You know what I'm saying? You'll see Austin and I live a different lifestyle at 15. That is for dang sure.
Yeah.
But with me thinking that my why was money, bro, and I just thought about this last night and I haven't got a chance to talk to you, so this is super sick. It was just, it's the fear of the unknown. Yeah. It's FOMO.
For
fear
sure.
of missing out. So that is what has been my why. Yeah. You know what I mean? I love you, Mom, but my why has not been to retire her. My mom, to make money. I want $7 million in my checking account tomorrow. That wasn't my why. My why was the fear of missing out. It was not knowing what I didn't know.
Right, for sure.
And I didn't realize that until literally last night. I'm 25 years old, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I'm
You're an old
bag of dirt.
Son of a gun. But no, I agree, man. I agree. I think at the end of the day, right, people feel ashamed almost
Sure.
when their why is not like, contributing, or like they don't think it's like contributing to like their family or their friends or like giving back to a charity. And all of that's great, right? Like what we're not saying that shouldn't be your why. What we are saying, however, is that there's a lot of people out there that just want to make money. Yeah. Right. And they're broke, and that's all they can, because like you and I, right. We weren't born into money. We didn't have money. If you're new to our, podcast, our show, we weren't born into money. We didn't have any money growing up. And so, for us, making money was the stepping stone. Yeah. Right. It wouldn't have made any sense to say, oh, I want to retire my grandparents, because at the end of the day, I can't do that without money.
Yeah, exactly.
It made a lot more sense to say I want to get wealthy. Yeah. Than it did to say I want to retire my grandparents, because in getting wealthy, I accomplished multiple different things. Yeah. I got to achieve the car I always wanted to drive. I got to, give back to my grandparents and do what I always wanted to do. I got to do all the things that I would have wanted essentially it's like a broader why, actually.
100%.
Like it's like it covers more
100%.
ground. You know, you get to look at it and you get to say, okay, well, now that I have this money, maybe I'll go to Nicaragua and I'll build a house for the less fortunate. Maybe I'll, give back to my church. Maybe I'll, give an employee a raise. Maybe, we'll hire a couple more people that we don't even really need, but we know we want to scale, and we'll hook them up because times are tough and we're going to support them and their family, right? Whatever the case is, like those are all different various forms of giving back.
Yep, 100%.
Right? So as an entrepreneur, I don't know. I just think like, I have no idea how we got into this tangent, but I just think if you're an entrepreneur and you don't have any money, having money be your why in the beginning is totally fine.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
And you're going to find out that over time that'll change.
Yeah.
The moment you get the money, your why will change.
For sure.
Right? Because now once you have money, you play in a different arena, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, money's used as a tool.
Yeah.
Money's not a relevant variable. Like I don't look at money the same way. Like, you know what I mean? Like how do you... I don't know. I feel like I look at my bank account differently than I used to. And I'm not being bragging. I'm not being egotistical.
Absolutely not.
I'm just saying it's a tool.
Money, and this is beautiful. This is beautiful. If you guys want to write this down, okay? Money doesn't matter when you have some.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. It's a tool, man.
That's all
it's a
is.
Tool. And like, honestly, like,
that's all it
is trash.
Cash is trash.
Go listen to like Grant Cardone, anybody,
we're
right?
in the ATM business.
Cash is look trash. At the end of the day, if you can't, and you probably heard this if you're listening to the podcast. I was doing something the other day. I think it was another YouTube video, but you can't save your way to $1 million.
100%.
If you're like a normal average American, right? You're making 30, 40 grand a year. No, it's not even possible, bro. How are you going to save your way to $1 million? Say you saved $500 a month. Let's just do the math.
Slow.
Say you save $500 a month. Okay, $500 a month times 12, $6,000 a year.
$6,000 a year.
50 years. You have 300 grand.
300 grand.
You can't save your. And by the way, that 300 grand in 50 years is worth 100 grand.
Yeah, for sure.
Because of inflation.
Inflation.
Right? Yep. Inflation's what, on average 2% or something like that?
Something.
1.5 to 2%. It's like 1 to 2%. Call inflation 1 to 2%.
Yeah.
Okay, your savings account's a 0.5%.
Exactly.
So your money is losing money over time.
Yeah.
So in a nutshell, you got to look at money as a tool. Is why we were talking about that, right?
Exactly.
Money should be used. You go out, you build a company, you get cash flow.
Yep.
Then you take that money and you invest it into assets. So it'll continue to produce money. That is worth something, right? It's tangible typically, right? Yep. And then you can be wealthy.
Yep.
But you cannot be wealthy saving your way to wealth. It doesn't work.
100%.
I mean, if you're making $1 million a year, sure, like you could save 500 grand a year.
Yeah, of course.
Whatever. But
but most people that make $1 million a year spend 700
right
a year.
You know
what I mean? And screw off with the other 300.
For sure.
The more money you make, the more money you spend. That's just life.
Hopefully you do it smart.
You know what I mean? Put your money where your mouth is and invest in the right tools, tips, and tricks, and call it a day. You know what I mean? Because where you put your money is ultimately the most important, and could catapult you.
It could.
You know what I mean? There's a couple people that I know that, and we've done it too. We put our money in the right place. Hey, we made a lot of money.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And right place, right time, right people, the whole, all divine timing, it all happened.
Massive action.
And that was that. You know what I'm saying?
And we've done the opposite.
Exactly. Yeah. We
put our money into some really dumb stuff.
Yeah. And holy cow, did we learn? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And luckily we learned
I've spent a lot of money on nights I don't remember.
Exactly. And we spent a lot of money on businesses that we did it just to look good for you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And now we don't do any of that crap.
Now we don't do any of it. I mean,
I slowed down on social media when it came to all that junk.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. But again, as you get more money, the less you care.
For sure.
Essentially. You know what I mean?
$1 million. Well, what Josh Snow say? Josh Snow said, look, at the end of the day, anybody that doesn't have any money wants the world to think they have money. And anybody that truly has money, like really have money, well, no, they want you to think you don't have it. They don't have any. Mm-hmm. People that really have money want you to think they're broke.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's just the way it is.
For sure.
Josh Snow referenced like back in the day, right? Like when you look like back in the day, King Solomon. Sure. I don't know if it's like King Solomon. I don't know who it was. It's like either King Solomon or like a prince or probably multiple people. But like, when they flaunted their money, it actually caused a lot of problems, right? Because people wanted to kill them. People wanted to, behead them. And so, in today's society, people that have a lot of money, you look at most wealthy people get wealthy, and what do? They close the curtain of their life.
Exactly. Yep.
Mark Cuban, right? Mark Cuban's, I guess he's decent, but like Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg.
Bill Gates. A lot of these people they're not like Grant Cardone. They don't have a YouTube channel.
No,
Jeff Bezos don't have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, no.
Right? Because he's starting to close the curtain a little bit.
Curtains. You guys already know. Everybody already knows.
Right. So I just think, I don't know. I think that a lot of the wealthy, and again, tangent, right? Today's video, stay tuned. We're going to drop bombs. Okay. If you haven't already, subscribe.
Yeah, exactly.
Drop a 5-star review.
Give us something.
You know, but we're just talking. We wanted to just sit down. We wanted to chop it up. It's late in the evening here where we're at. You know, and
we're in the Dale.
We're in Scottsdale. Okay,
Sunny
we figured we'd just chop it up for a little while.
Exactly.
We figured we'd just chop it up and talk about life, money, finances. What else can we talk about? Taxes.
Pursuit of happiness. Let's jump into happiness real quick, because I think we didn't hit on the subtle art of not giving a fuck just a little bit. We hit it a little too softly. I think we needed to pound it is really what I think we needed to do, because I think a lot of people that are listening right now, they do want to be happy, or there's some sort of, you know, we hear Tony Robbins talk about moments of joy and different things like that. I mean, Austin and I were just talking about yesterday, if something derails us, I mean, give us 30 seconds to a minute and we'll be out of that state of mind.
So much to the point where we were talking, sorry to interrupt you.
You're good.
And like, there's people, not him, there's other people in our lives that, because we're really good at it. We're like really good at it. But there's other people in our lives where, you know, like maybe there's like a disagreement or like an argument or something. And I'll forget literally in a matter of 60 seconds that it ever happened.
Yeah.
And the other person will kind of stay in like a little bit of a funk.
Yeah.
Like their energy will be like a little bit off.
Yeah.
And I almost end up getting frustrated at the fact that their energy's off. Because I almost like look at these people and I'm like, why are you mad?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Like,
it's been a minute.
I'm like, I'm like, what are you still, what are you still upset about?
Yeah.
And it could be like anything. Like, dude, I could be freaking
anything.
Heated, you know, like big, massive disagreement.
For sure.
60 seconds. I'm over it, bro.
Over it. Done.
Over it.
Done.
I hate bad energy.
What happens, dude. And you can't control it. You know what I mean?
People spend a lot of time trying to.
A couple of things that happened to me this last week that I'm just like, dude, I can't do nothing about it. I would appreciate it if you just would have told me about it. You know what I mean? Whether it would have costed more money or you needed me to do it. You know, that's something I think.
People beat around the bush.
Yeah,
bro.
they beat around the bush because they want to do it, right? Or they want to be it, or they want you to think something of them because they think somebody's going to judge them. When it's not the truth, man.
No.
Who gives a crap?
Right,
you know what I mean? At the end of the day. So, but I want to jump into like a little bit of happiness. I want to jump into like some moments of joy and you know, I don't want to bring, we're not going to bring politics into this entire thing, but there are people that do a great job at really not giving a crap about what society says, what the world says, what people say, what other individuals say. And I think there's so many people out there like Instagram, like YouTube, like Twitter, like freaking TikTok, right? They care so much about what it is that their comments say, or so much about what it is that individual thinks of them, or whatever that is. Therefore, it's causing them a downward spiral and not having that moments of joy. And don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen, fuck, I've been there.
Oh, dude.
You know what I mean? Like, we've been there. Like, there's been people that have said stuff to us that's gotten under our skin. And you know what? All I want to do is, dude, I want to be a freaking keyboard warrior too, dude. I'm going to tell you exactly what it looks and feels like.
Tell them how you feel.
But that's not the answer.
No.
You know, and I think a lot of people, and especially in today's world, right? Arizona's shut down again for another 30 days. Thanks, Doug Ducey.
Yeah,
okay. We're gonna get you on the show, dude. Okay.
Doug Ducey.
We got
hey,
some
on the bright side, they're reopening the gyms.
Yeah.
Gyms are pushing back. Mountainside Fitness said, hey, look, you know, it's not happening, right? It's not happening. We're gonna stay open. CEO, founder of Mountainside Fitness said, we're an essential business. People need to be healthy. People need to work out. People need to do that. And he said, we're not closing down. We're filing a suit against Doug Ducey. Lifetime Fitness followed Mountainside Fitness, okay, which is my personal gym. So I'm stoked for life because I'm going to hit the freaking dumbbells tomorrow morning. Yeah. Because as you all can tell, I need to. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to. I need to. Yeah, okay. Exactly. So that's what's going to happen on my end of things. Yeah. But no, I love it, bro. Moments of joy. Yeah. And happiness. And overall, you know, look, I mean,
and again, look at Mountainside, dude. That's an example right there. Bro. They just don't care.
No.
Dude, fine them $2,500 like Riot House got fined. Guess what? Riot House is laughing to the bank still, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, shout out to Riot House. I mean, they're shutting down because of Good Samaritans and the whole virus and this, that, and the third. And they got fined. They don't want to lose their liquor license, which is a smart business move on their end. But look at Mountainside, bro. They got. I mean, gyms, right? I mean, come on, man. You go to the gym. There's 17 sanitary wipes and they've never run out. They got hand sanitizer up the yin yang, bro.
Problem is you don't have proof either. Like.
Exactly.
What is the gym? Everybody's like, oh, the gym. But it's like, they closed down.
Dirtiest place.
They closed down. What I loved about Mountainside Homie is he's like, they closed down movie theaters.
Yeah.
They were already closed.
Yeah, they were already closed.
I don't think they know what they're doing at this point. Like,
but they just want you and I to think that they know what they're doing.
You know, and they want to look good. It's all and I don't want to get into politics.
No
right?
politics.
But But at the end of the day, like,
I just want to talk about happiness, and that's not giving a fuck. Just like Mountainside Dude said,
dude, I think you got to do what you believe in, bro.
Exactly.
Like, you have to live a life where like you kind of like, what did I say last night? You form your own opinion, right?
Form
like,
your own opinion.
Figure out like what
and whatever the consequences
bro,
are,
like,
whatever the consequences
what is
are.
your opinion, and then run with that.
Yep.
I think so many people will like try to form their opinion, and then somebody else will have an opinion, and then they'll like overthink it. They're like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe I shouldn't be thinking. Like, they'll like second guess themselves.
100%.
They're like, oh, dang. Well, that person said, this, and
Based
this.
on other people's opinion.
And it's like, wait a minute. What happened to your opinion? You just formed.
Exactly.
It's like, just think of, who are you? What do you stand for? What do you believe in?
Yep.
And regardless of what that is, run full speed ahead.
Exactly.
Fight for what you believe in,
Go.
And stop thinking about, and that ties into happiness. It does,
100%.
right? Because a lot of people in today's day and age aren't happy, I don't think.
For sure.
They look happy, right? Even a lot of social media, a lot of wealthy people. I know a lot of wealthy people
rich
that,
people.
dude, they're not happy. And it's because they don't know what happiness even is. They think happiness is like a constant, I think, and I've thought this, right? And I still struggle with it. But I think people think happiness is a constant state of being.
Yeah.
And happiness is a temporary state.
Temporary.
And I think the moment temporary, right? And I think the moment you realize that life is full of ups and downs.
Sure.
Life is not this like linear uphill fucking
roller coaster,
thing, right?
Downwards.
It's boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they get way too high in the highs
Yep.
and way too low in the lows. Right?
Yep,
They get a big victory and they're a little too excited. It's like, It's one thing to celebrate. It's one thing to go out. It's one thing to have a good time.
Yeah.
But hey, you close the deal, right? It's like, maybe just like draw a line in the sand. Say, okay, deal's done. Let's pat ourselves on the back. We're going to go out, have a good dinner.
Yep.
We're going to do this, this, and this. But, I see people that like close the deal. They like go to fucking Italy for 3 months.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, dude, you closed your first deal.
Yeah, you made 10 grand.
It's like, and then in the lows, right? They get turned down on the phone, something happens and they get way too low.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you just got told no, bro.
Why?
Yeah. So if you could figure out the happy medium, right? And draw a line in the middle and say, look, I'm not going to get too high in the highs. I'm not going to get too low in the lows. And I understand that life is full of ups and downs emotionally, right?
Yep.
And it's full of seasons and winning seasons and losing seasons. Then you can start to understand that you can be happy, right? Keyword there's be. You can be happy. You can choose to be happy.
Yeah.
Because happiness is a state of mind that is temporary and it's chosen by you. Right? And it doesn't just happen. It's not like, oh my God, I just woke up happy. It's like, no, you chose to be happy. Exactly. Maybe you didn't realize you chose to be happy. You did it subconsciously. But maybe if you started doing that more consciously, then you could choose more often than not to be happy.
Yep.
Life's good, man. Life's good,
Life's good.
And life's short.
Life's good. And do what you want to do when you want to do it with who it is that you truly want to do it with.
For sure.
You know what I mean? I think so many, like we've been talking about this, and it's just now starting to hit home for individuals like Austin and I. Like, it's just like, dude, like, God, I have given so many fucks. Okay, if you're still on this and you're 13, coming from TikTok, I'm sorry, but gosh dang, show this episode to your mom. But
what?
That's good.
Yeah.
We've been caring so much about everything, right? Like dude. you don't want to go to college, but your parents are saying that you need to go to college. Like, literally just tell them you don't want to go to college. Like, you want to start that business, but everybody's telling you that that's the dumb thing to do. Start that business. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll spend all your life caring too much about what other people think. You want to post that Instagram
picture, but you're like, nah. I look too fat.
I got cellulite. I got freaking acne.
That's what you look like in real life.
I'm overweight. Dude, bro, in 2018 and 2019, for sure 2019, I did not go to the pool because I was obese. I was like 202 pounds. I changed my life after that, but I was 200 pounds and I completely freaking derailed myself. But I would not go to the pool because I was like, man, I don't want people to look at my image. I don't want people to, dude, this was a year ago, bro.
Yeah, not that long ago.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I wouldn't do that. I know we both literally wouldn't do that because I'm like, dude, I don't want people to look at me. I don't want people to think this is my my lifestyle, because it's not. I don't want people to think anything badly about me or any of that bullshit that it is I was telling myself in my head at that time, where now it's just like,
shouldn't have mattered.
I'm 30 pounds lighter, but I'm like, dude, I don't care.
No. You got to go to...
Why care?
What does it even matter, bro?
Do what makes you freaking happy. Do what gives you that moments of joy. Do what it is that you want to do. If you want to break up with that girlfriend, break up with that girlfriend. If you want to break up with that boyfriend, break up with that boyfriend. If you want to travel the world, travel the world. If you want to sell all your shit and go somewhere else and move to a different state, do it, dude.
You really do got to stop caring about people's opinions. Like that, if that could be the takeaway of the show, right? It's like, you got to like slow way down and really look at whose opinions you actually pay attention to. And is there a valid reason to pay attention to them? Right? Are they somebody in your life that you really like, trust, and respect? And you should take their opinion.
For sure.
I think in network marketing back in the day, they always said, somebody doesn't have the life you want to live, then why are you listening to them?
Why are you listening to them? For sure. And even then, even on a deeper level, dude, even if they do live the life that they want, that you want to live. How do you know that makes you happy? Because you don't live that life.
Yeah, you have no idea. It's speculation.
Maybe you want to drive a different car. Maybe you want to live in a different location. Maybe you want to live in a different zip code. Maybe you want to live in a different house. Maybe you want to do different stuff, man. And that's what you have to go find out.
You have to figure it out, bro.
You know what I mean? Rather than holding yourself back. I mean, everybody always talks about potential, and everybody always, they show up, they get paid, they show up, they get paid. They keep going in that circle. I mean, shit, I do it almost every other day. You know what I mean? I just look at myself and I'm like, man, like money's good, money's great, but like, am I doing what it is that I want to actually do every day, every hour, every minute? Like, dude, coming onto this show right now, 2 glasses Scotch deep with my fucking best friend, with my blood brother, and he ain't even my blood brother, with my twin, Austin Zaback, and Justin here. Dude, some couple Sony cameras. If you guys are interested in copping some Sony cameras, Sony's the shit. Maybe they can be our next sponsor. We do have a Scotch sponsor real quick. Just a side note. Andy, shout out to you real quick. He's sending us some vintage bottles of Scotch.
It's not here yet.
Not here yet. We just locked it in yesterday, and we're gonna get some signage tonight, which is gonna be sick. So he's gonna be our first sponsor at A&A Show, but I forgot where I was saying, but I'm just fired up, dude. This is what I want to be doing, dude.
This
you know what I mean? I'm stoked.
That's what you were saying. You were talking about this is what you wanted to do.
I'm stoked. I'm fired up.
Do what you want to do. You know what I mean?
I'd love
live a life that you want to live.
Don't get me wrong.
Stop living your life for other people, right? I love it. Okay, let's dive into our next subject.
I like that, but can we take a quick bathroom break?
We can take a bathroom break. We'll be back after the break.
Sweet.
We gotta like dial that in. I feel like a little bit.
For sure, 100%. Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button if you guys haven't already. Make sure you go subscribe if you guys are brand new here. Leave a comment down below what you guys are thoughts on this episode thus far, so far. If you guys are on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, or any other iHeartRadio, anything, man, leave us a review. We want to know what you guys' thoughts and feelings are, because we genuinely care. Not if you have a beautiful, unbelievable opinion. We're going to take it like a buffet table. We're going to take what we like and leave what we don't.
I love it.
We'll see you guys after this break.
Boom.
Oh, dude, I got to piss like a racehorse.
2 glasses.